Welcome back, everybody. And today I'm joined by the Don, Caolan Loughran, UFC's new bantamweight prospect. That must feel good to hear out loud, Caolan, does it?
Those feels right, but it's daily, lads, daily.
Nice. Well, congratulations, number one. Very happy to hear the news. Signed up to the UFC to take on Yanis Ghemmori. It's September at UFC Paris.
Yeah.
It's the big one. I mean, Caolan, I guess we started talking early into your professional career, and a lot of the topic of conversation was nearly you being in defense of the competition that you'd faced and trying to legitimize yourself as a good fighter, an excellent fighter, an elite level fighter. And I think, there's nobody asking those questions anymore, really, after the performances that you've put in Cage Warriors and where you find yourself right now. I mean, did you kind of use that as extra motivation as well? Do you kind of, or do you care about what anybody thinks at all?
I'm very good at blocking it out, lad. Like even like now, it's all positive. It's like I just kind of all block it out, keep the what I know in my own head. You know what I mean? Me and my team. But I obviously I came into Cage Wars, and I haven't fought the best competition. That was obvious. But no, I was keen. My coach was pull me back. And whenever he thought whenever it was time to fight in the UFC, that's when we signed with Cage Wars. So then you run through them. And I done that, lad. People slag me and now they want to give me praise, but I just don't listen to either. So I mean, me in my own head, I still haven't beat anybody of any note. So it's all fugazi. It's just don't even listen to it, lad. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look, your skills have been on show, obviously, for the last couple of fights within Cage Warriors as well. But I also very admire your mental approach as well, your
Yeah.
confidence, your belief in yourself, and you exude energy. Anytime I talk to you, even whether it's on the Owl Triangle, whether we've talked before, it's like you have good energy. Like, and is that something that you worked on? Like, do you do a lot of like maybe meditation or work with a sports psychologist or anything like that? Where did you get that mindset from?
I have tried meditation, but I think of like ADHD or mild autism or something. I may have too much. I just be like twitching, so I literally can't do it. I can't sit still. But meditation is essentially going for a run, training, and you zone out. I go for walks and like visualize a lot. I actually tried a sports psychologist. There was a guy who tried to sponsor me here in Liverpool, work with some very big names in Liverpool and Manchester and fighting very big names. And he actually told me I had the best energy he's ever met. And I'd been like Tyson Fury and all this guys work with. But I just thought, I was sitting there and thought, this is a load of bull. Like, I know what you're saying. I already know. Like, I just thought this is bullshit. So I was like 3 or 4, just cut that out. No, I'll just be myself. I train really, really, really hard, and think I can beat every bantamweight in the world. I don't try to do something I'm not. But no, I tried meditation, and I can't do it.
I know. I find it hard to sit still as well at times as well, and I think sometimes my meditation is doing stuff like this, really, or doing breakdowns or previews or stuff like that.
See, that is meditation essentially. Like going for like a long walk, we're just zoning out, hitting the gym. Like people think meditation sitting here going boom. It's not. It doesn't actually mean that. So I probably to some degree do actually meditate without doing like what people associate meditation with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And look, meditation can be found in many different ways, as you said. But the last time we were talking was ahead of that Dylan Hazan fight. You went over to Rome, produced a phenomenal performance against a really tough guy, took home the win by second round knockout. You talked about visualization and everything like that. Is that how you envisioned that fight going as perfectly as it did for you?
I thought 7 minutes in, I would catch him with an uppercut. That's swear on my life. That was what I thought. I thought it would come very differently though. I thought my coach thought he was going to come straight because I kind of think he met me and thought I'm not going to fit to hold this guy down. So he just kind of, I thought he'd be more scrambling me against the fence, up, down, up, down, up, down. Then he would come for a loopy shot and I would catch an uppercut on the way in. I didn't think it would come after more back and forth in the feet and then like a long uppercut, but we drilled a lot of that. I knew around the middle of the second round mark, he would start to fatigue. I knew the event and the moment was really, really getting to him, and that was very evident at the weigh-in, like as soon as like I've been texting them, like I think he's the best in that division now that I'm gone. But like as soon as he seen me at the weigh-in, like he started shaking, like he hated me, like he just really wanted to hit me. And I was like, oh, this is not good for you, lad. This is not good. And then I met him like on fight day, and like 4 or 5 times he's like pacing up the hall, running. When I went for a piss, he went for a piss, and I went for a piss. He's running for a piss. Like every time I met him, he was like backstage. It's literally a curtain between us. And I knew that the moment was really, really getting to him, and I was very just ready for it. So I knew there would be an adrenaline dump around the 7 minute mark, and I knew it would catch him. And thank God it did. Couldn't have went much better.
Yeah, you didn't get that adrenaline dump at all. I mean, the
No.
walkout was unreal. It was just, yeah, it was really cool. The crowd was over there as well, boisterous crowd. It was great to have the support and be able to share that moment, I guess, with everyone who went over there and performed a bit. Before maybe we talk about the celebrations and aftermath, just about the fight itself. You said, you weren't a few things that you weren't expecting. Did he surprise you with the jab that he opened up with? Because
Yeah.
he kind of connected a couple of times early on, and it was a very
Yeah.
good shot as well that he was able to produce.
He did, but I don't know, smart fighters will fight differently over a 5-5 than they will over a 3-5. Like if you watch Pure Yanis, Pure now is not the guy he was, but when he came in the UFC, 3-5s, he'd press you, 5-5s, he'd maybe let you work, maybe let you throw something. No, I'm saying I'll let him hit me. Obviously not. That's not what I was doing. But I am taking a look at you. And that's the only thing I'm really proud of. The finish was all right, but like I was really proud that like I looked at him. It took me like 2 minutes to get in it. I was like, great, calm the fuck down here. You're killing me in the middle of fucking half of a scrap here, so calm down. But then I started to take a look at him. And he's pinging his jab out fast. He was catching me, but he's bringing it back to his chest. He's pinging the jab out, bringing it back to his chest. And like Floyd might pull and bang, but Canelo will just go straight through sometimes. Do you know what I mean? Guys,
Yeah.
So he's bringing it quick, but he's not bringing it back defensively, right? So I was like, right, fuck you. You're going to throw this, and I'm going to go through it. I'm going to catch you. And that's how this finish started then. His jab came, and as he threw the jab, he just clocked right over the top. So I'm proud of myself that, like, in that pressure, because it was insane. The atmosphere live was fucking nuts. So to be able to calm down, properly take a look at a guy, and then execute a KO, I was proud of that. Do you know what I mean? That's one thing. But his job was getting through, absolutely. I thought I'd defend the takedowns, but people keep saying, why didn't he wrestle? Why didn't he wrestle? Like, he fucking did, right? Shot like 5 times. He didn't get them. But no, it was good to get the win, lad. Very happy to get the Cage Wars, become a Cage Wars champion. And then it got me ultimately what I wanted out of it. You know what I mean? Like a UFC contract and hype.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, I don't remember being as excited after performance in a long time after watching that. Now I was walking laps around the living room after it. But it was everything. It was the walkout, the craziness. Yeah. Like it kind of reminded me of Hughes and Charrier that time when it was just that mad environment. You know what I mean? And then I just was impressed with it, obviously, because I could see you making the adjustments early in the fight to that jab, but
of course,
the ability that you had to, calm your nerves and get your adrenaline under control to kind of be composed in there, which is not an easy thing to do. Like, and you've shown that early in your career that you have the ability to, number one, control your environment, and also to switch up your game plan as well, which I believe is very important if you want to go far in this game.
Oh, it's huge. That's the game, really. Yeah, no, I was happy. It did, like, I was very calm all day, but it did take me 2 or 3 minutes to get in there. Like, not gonna lie, I was like not even nervous, just like maybe like reacting to him or reacting to the crowd a bit. It did take 2 or 3 minutes, but I say I got into it, and that's one thing I'm really proud of. Proud of my hard work in camp, how defense takedowns, and then I was able to zone in and pick a hole in them and take them out with it in a high level, because I do rate Dylan, to be honest. So it was, it was a good, but just an unbelievable experience. It just takes so much. You can't. You cannot beat experience in this game. Like I seen today this weekend, Dustin Poirier's fighting. He's in 30 fights in the UFC. This is the 30th fight in the UFC. Like that, the training camps that man's been through, the injuries, the highs, the lows, what would be in his head. You can't pay for that. Like, that's just, you have to experience it. And if someone's trying to give me, like, say, would you give advice to any young guys coming up? It's just, it's to go make the mistakes and learn these things, and to do it, to compete, to learn, because you just have to learn them in your own head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what I took from that fight, people say it takes a loss for you to lose. That's not the right way. Just take every win as if you've lost, and what you can take from it. You know what I mean? I just technically and as a competitor, I just think I've learned so much in that fight, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the big moments of like this, going into enemy territory again, into the UFC. Like, if I was gonna break, I was gonna break then. Do you know what I mean? I don't think much will ever get to me now, ever.
Yeah,
Like.
yeah, but it's definitely something you can build on and bring into the next fight as well. We'll talk about the next fight in a little bit. When
Yeah.
you got the job done, you went out, you celebrated with the crowd and your family. You were over there. You enjoyed yourself for a couple of days. I know we were talking a little bit after, and you know, you're celebrating your hard work, and you deserve to do that as well. Did you truly believe at the time, and maybe after the couple of weeks after that fight, that was enough for you to get rewarded with a UFC contract?
Immediately, yes, because I was about the Tuesday of fight week. We were sitting having breakfast, me and Colin, and we were in Rome, and he told me that him and Sean Shelby were in talks, and basically, if this goes well, there could be a place for me on London. If it didn't, there could be contender. And then after the fight, obviously, Colin and him was talking, and they really wanted to push contender, and that was the fight offered me for contender stuff. But Colin was adamant that he could get me into the UFC. He's got it's not just over here like with a martial arts coach. He is that, obviously. He's like a mentor and just a phenomenal martial artist, and just a great trainer. But he's also a 15-year personal relationship with Sean Shelby, and they text personally. So sometimes in life, it's not just what you know, it's who you know. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of had an idea going in that if it went well, I was getting into the UFC. It started to look to me like it was going to be contender, but then Colin, if you don't see that video, he caught me off guard, the bastard. I didn't see that coming. But I just can't get the UFC, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was brilliant to see the video of you finding out the news in the gym in Team Caolan around your teammates. It was a really special moment, and it was great to be able to share that with all your teammates. Everyone, you know, it is generally a singular sport. You're going in there and competing, but outside of the fight, it's not a singular sport. You need a team, you need a gym to get you ready. Like before, I'd love to ask you this question: when you were kind of coming up and you made the decision to go over to Caolan over in Liverpool, obviously, you know, coming from Tyrone, Caolan, you had the FAI up north, a very good gym. Yeah. You had also SBG in Dublin, but you made the decision to go across the pond and move over to Liverpool to fight with Team Caolan. What was the main reason that you chose to kind of isolate yourself over in Liverpool rather than maybe go to a gym like FAI or SBG?
Funny story you said about SBG. I in 2006 started the end of 15 and started 2016. I was there nearly every weekend, every Saturday. Funny again, me and Ian Garra used to train down there. I don't know if he'll remember that there, but he was literally starting and I was too. It was mad. 2016. But I never really thought that it was worth it, to be honest. FAI is flying. FAI, my brother's there right now, they've got Paul and Rich. If you're asked my opinion, the best place in Ireland train, and I absolutely will go there 100% when I'm home, no question. But the numbers speak for themselves. Nobody's even close to Caolan. What's Renegade have? Renegade are flying out. They've always got a champion. They're probably the it gym at the minute, of course. But ours is the most history. It's the most UFC fight. I think I'm number 11 or something like that. The numbers speak for themselves. And Ali reached out to me, so not just everything. Sometimes fighters just find a click of fighter coach, and I think I have that. Do you know what I mean? The numbers speak for themselves, lad.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, it's also maybe taking yourself out of your comfort zone as well, Caolan. Like, no,
1,000,000%.
yeah,
1,000,000%.
like you need to kind of make those sacrifices, move away from home and create no distractions. And that's exactly what you did to kick off your professional career. And you'll continue to do that as well over in Liverpool. Like, you're away from your family, you're away from your friends. It's, you know, you moved over there when you're 18 years of age, lots and lots of sacrifices there, but you know, it's finally must feel great for you to see them finally pay off.
We're only starting here, lad. Don't worry. We're only starting here. No, I have to Northern Ireland's like, I think the worst thing for a fighter is comfort you could ever have is comfort. Fight just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. And I was home after my last title, and or after the last fight, and won the title. And my mum was home as well. She's from Tyrone, but she's a student nurse over here. And I was standing there like, it was starting to get to the point where every single person, I mean, literally, like, I very well known. I never in Northern Ireland would go anywhere. So I am well known now. And everywhere I was going, people saying, "Well done, congratulations, congratulations." I was waking up the next day, I start to think what's next, start to move forward. Next guy goes up, "Oh, congratulations." And it's like a very like congratulate, you know what I mean? Like that type of mindset where I'm trying to think, right, let's go forward now. So I was like, I have to get the fuck out of Northern Ireland here. I have to get away where nobody knows who I am and nobody just bothers me and just train. Do you know what I mean? And get back to it. So I over here, it's very much, it's almost like a fucking cleansing thing when I get on the flight to Liverpool. It's like just a flick, you flick a switch and you just get into the grind. You know what I mean? I like getting away. I love home. I miss Ireland every day. Like, of course I do. But I think there's a reason a lot of guys like Michael Conlon, Carl Frampton, all these just go to try and Katie Taylor, just trying to go get away from everything and just be married to the game. Do you know what I mean? Just head down and just train morning and night with nothing else other than training on your mind. Do you know what I mean?
Even when you're off training and when you are visiting home, is it still, are the gears still going in your head? Like you said, when everyone was congratulating you, you're thinking, what's next? But like,
100%.
do you don't want that separation at all? You want to be constantly thinking 24/7. It's an obsession, obviously.
I couldn't get this thing off out of my head if I tried. That's the truth. I couldn't. Because the fight, like, obviously the finish is nice, but there's so many things I may have done like bad, like not good at all. So you want to rectify them, and of course I never actually don't train. Like I never would do it. Only on Sunday. I don't train on Sunday. Every day I'm doing some form of training. It's just different when I'm here in Cowbourne, but like no, I don't. I try to stick on some sort of TV movie for 20 minutes at night, but after about 10 minutes or something, I just end up going back to watching a vlog, an interview, a fight or something. Like I know what it is, lad. I can't get this game out of my head. I don't want to get it out of my head though. I love it, lad.
Yeah, exactly. It's a sounds like a healthy obsession. Like, so it's good. It's good for you. And look, you're coming into the UFC now. It's going to bring lots of different avenues, new fans. Yeah. If anyone like who hasn't seen you fight, that will kind of maybe take notice now that you are in the UFC, how would you describe your style and what you're going to bring into the UFC?
Pressure counterfighter. My pressure until you're in front of me, you haven't felt the bandwidth in front of you, and I know that because I always get the same reactions of people in front of me, and after I spar them, they know it's different. My pressure is different. My top pressure is different. My whole game is basically I'm basically trying to master the word pressure in any way you can think of what that word pressure would mean. Pressure of the moment, pressure on the feet, trying to pressure you in the shots you don't want to throw, take you down, top pressure, heavy shoulder pressure, all just basically pressure. That's what I want to master. And power. I'm a finisher. I'm a powerful guy in every area. If I hit you, you're going to stay hit at 135 pounds. If I grip you, you're going to know this is different. Powerful counter fighter. And I'm confident in myself. You know what I mean? I people usually when they get I don't usually want to watch me fight.
But like coming in against Yanis Ghemmori, the fight as we were recording was officially made official. Obviously, there's two officials in this. It's the rumors official, and then it's UFC official. The fight was made UFC official. It's out there. It's definitely happening. UFC Paris. Yanis Ghemmori, a fellow UFC debutant. Have you had much time to kind of study tape on him or assess him as an opponent? What do you think of him?
Because he, like, the fight came with the contract. You know what I mean? It wasn't like I signed and then I got the contract. As I got signed to the UFC, it was to fight this guy in Paris. So from that night, I was on him. My God, I got this set up one thing here. Is that all right?
It's all good.
I don't rate him that much, from being honest with you. I don't think he's gonna. He's like a flicky kickboxer. I don't think he's overly good at striking. I've hold myself in a very high regard, and if I'm being honest, I think Aljamain Sterling would go in and take us back in a round. I think Sugar would probably find the chin. I think Song would knock him out. Corey Sahnig would knock him out. So I'm expecting to go in and fucking dust him. Round or two. Absolutely no doubt in my mind I'm going to finish him in a round or two. Probably 7-minute mark game.
7-minute mark, the magic number 7.
Usually,
Okay, you go in there, you get the job done. What's the ideal pathway up the bantamweight division? Because in my opinion, you're entering into one of the best divisions in the UFC right now when it comes to talent. That's talent outside the top 15, and that's talent inside the top 15 as well.
Yeah.
How do you foresee the next couple of years going for you? How would you like to progress up? Like, are you wary of, giving yourself that experience and not maybe taking on challenges that might be too big? Or are you willing to kind of go on and put yourself into those big challenges to see how you go, sink or swim kind of a thing?
I think I could replace, if one of them guys fell out in Boston, O'Malley or a thing, I think I'd beat them right now. I swear on my life. I swear on my life. I swear to God. Sometimes it's like the path to is the harder bit. It's the camp after camp after camp, beating like the Umar song. He's getting through all these fights, but I think I beat them two right now. I swear to God. I want to fight Cameron Simon very soon. I want to fight him very soon. He's got a prospect and he keeps getting on these pay-per-views. I'd like to fight Cody Garbrandt in Dublin. I think that'd be fucking lethal. Take Cody to Dublin. I'm going to call for that 1,000,000%. But I just take them as they come, lad. These guys can all knock me out. They can all submit me. Most people are black belts. Most people are strikers. These guys are all dangerous, but I'm dangerous. If I hit them, they're done. If I take them, I think I'm gonna be the first guy in Ireland coming through the UFC that people are gonna fear getting a grip of on top. Not the Russians and the Americans. If you let me on top of you, I'm gonna finish you. I don't give a fuck what your Sambo background, your NCAA background. If I get on top of you and I get a grip, you are in danger. You need to break that grip soon, or I'm gonna fuck you up. So I'm gonna be the first guy in the UFC. They're gonna fear that. If they don't fear it, I'll put them to sleep. I'll be on their back and they'll be done. No problem. Don't fear me. I don't give a fuck. But I think I'm gonna get a reputation of that very soon. That my physical strength and my grip at 135 pounds is one of the best. But I don't need time, lads. Throw me up the ranks. I don't want a Sean O'Malley treatment. I think Ian has been managed well. Paddy's been somehow winning the UFC. So if you want to give me that, I'll take it. But I'm not going to ask for it. I don't want to be saved from wrestlers. I don't want to be, do you know what I mean? I want big names very soon. Honestly, lad, money and all is deadly. But for me, it's the big names. I fucking want these guys. I want to, Cody, when he won the belt, I know he fell off, but whenever he beat Dominic, that night he became an obsession. I want to fight that guy. The same way getting into the UFC was that guy's face. I want to fight Sean O'Malley. I want to fight Umar Magomedov. I'd love him to be undefeated when I fight him. I love him to be undefeated. Love Khabib in the corner. I'll be fucking dead. I want to fight these guys. The money and all fame. This is cool. This is coming. I know this, but it's like the big fighters, the famous fighters that I want, and I'm fucking obsessed with beating them, to be honest.
It's very exciting to hear. So you go in there in September, you'll perform. Are you looking to kind of get on another card before the year is out, or what's the plan?
1,000,000%. When's the Mac fighting Mickey Chandler? When? Someone let me know. I'm gonna go to the UFC and I'm gonna find out the inside scoop. I don't know what the story is with obviously you shot on that, but get me on that card to fuck, and that will be deadly. I'll see them into the Irish people are on J1s at the minute in New York and stuff. If I get a fight in America, obviously December there won't be, but the amount of Irish in America that are already mashing me, when are you coming over here? If I could get on that card, I'll paint Vegas green. I'm telling you, it'll go to the moon.
You mentioned about fighting on the UFC Dublin card in the past. Just talk to me about how much that would mean to you as a fighter and as a person as well.
No, just saying, lad. It's if 10 years ago when McGregor knocked out Diego Brandao, I was a young lad in school who had this dream of fighting in the UFC and was laughed at when I said I could do this. Literally, when I left my job on the last day, the manager says, "What are you going to do?" It's I'm going to fight in the UFC. He literally laughed in my face. I swear on my life, I remember that like it was yesterday. I never got his face out of my head. I always remembered that. So if I was to be now 10 years later, me fighting in UFC Dublin, to any young lad who had this dream, I can't even tell you, it's possible. All you have to do is make this your life, everything that you have, everything that you think about, train as hard as you can and just don't listen to them. Believe you could do it, because I was literally a lad in school up in Tyrone who said I could do this. I watched McGregor live, and if I was to go fight in UFC Dublin in the 3 Arena 10 years after that, lad, it would just be quite literally a young lad's dream. A lad who was laughed at for having a dream, and he would be doing it. It's so possible. To any amateur in Ireland who has this, like, if I used to fight in UFC Dublin, that would be just so special, and it would just mean so much to me. And I say, for any lad who has this dream and sees me getting signed, who's coming up, just don't listen to them. Hey, it's possible. It's so fucking possible.
Great, brilliant to hear. Like, turning dreams into reality, Caolan. That's what it's all about, man. Very happy to see you get your opportunity in the UFC. Like I said, September the 2nd, UFC Paris, Yanis Ghemmori. Give us a prediction, Caolan. What's going to happen in the fight? How's your UFC debut going to go down?
I'm a completely different level, Yanis Ghemmori. Wherever it hits, wherever it goes, he's wide open his chin there. So if he can avoid getting KO'd, I'll take him down and I'll smash him. If I hit the back, it's done. I'll hit the back. If I was to guess, I'd say around the 7-8 minute mark. He looked for a place to rest. I had a takedown, hit mount, hit the back, and the referee would rip me off him. And then we're going to the fucking moon, boys.
Give us, we're on predictions. Give us a prediction of Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, the title fight in your division that's happening next month. How do you think it's going to go down?
That's just deadly. Now, this is my division. You know what I mean? I think, honestly, fair play to Sean. He definitely has skills. I think he's been protected and put in this position because he's good at TikTok. He stepped up and fought Pedro Munoz. He was maybe winning, but very close. Pedro then flapped it. Don't know why he even showed up that night. What the fuck was wrong with him? He flapped it. O'Malley and stepped up for Purian. I 100% believe he lost that fight. Definitely. Maybe give him a round. He lost that fight. Got the win. Is now fighting his first top pressure grappler in the UFC when he's fighting for a title, which is insane. Do you get the title fight without having to fight that? Well, at least someone of any use. And I think Alger's been overlooked just one too many times. When he hits certain positions, he's the best in the UFC. So, of course, the 4-inch love Sean could knock him out, but I expect Alger to win that fight. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was early, to be honest.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I think the stylistic matchup for Aljo is a little bit better in this fight. I think he will get Sean down and probably get the finish there. But it'll be exciting to see. To see how you progress in the bantamweight division too. Obviously, like I said, September 2nd, UFC Paris against Yanis Ghemmori. Could be the start of something very, very special, Caolan. And I hope to talk to you up to and during and after that fight as well. We wish you all the best.
Anytime.
Appreciate you all the time that you have given us and on the Owl Triangle and myself as well.
Yeah, I appreciate the help that you've given me. It doesn't go unnoticed. The support Irish MMA fighters get. We're very lucky. I know that.
Appreciate you, Caolan. Wish you all the best on your UFC debut, and we will talk to you fairly soon, my man.